Here you are, Mitchell. You're going out into the world a free man. I hope you become a useful and law-abiding member of society.
Oh, cut out the lecture, Warden.
Bitterness won't get you anywhere, Mitchell. Now that you've squared your debt.
My debt ain't squared. Not by a long shot. I got a lot of collecting to do.
Sounds like you're heading to come right back.
Don't worry. I won't be back.
For your sake, I hope not.
That's why I brought you together here, instead of our customary individual conference by television. As for you, Brown, your department must get results in your rubber research.
We are exerting every effort, Mr. Montgomery.
And the Department of Ores and Metals do it.
Our operating cost is cut to the bone now.
Then cut into the marrow.
Oh, thank you, Nicky. Let me see, 24.7. Gentlemen, you are about to witness the making of synthetic gold.
And if you can manufacture gold, it will be the crowning achievement of your professional career.
You all know what you have to do.
Yes?
Are you ready, Nicky?
Yes, sir.
Put on your insulated helmets.
Ready?
Might as well have electrocuted me. It scared me to death.
One step more, Jameson, and you'd have met instant death.
What's all the fireworks for?
Gold, Jameson. Synthetic gold.
You mean you can make gold?
I found a way to rearrange the positrons, electrons, and neutrons of the atom to produce gold.
Boy, what a headline for my newspaper.
Oh, no, not yet.
Well, how do you do it?
Well, now, my boy, after all, that's my secret. Well, now, you run along up to the house. Werner's waiting for you. And I'll see you tonight at dinner.
All right.
Now, gentlemen, we'll pick up where we left off. Are you ready, Nicky?
Ready.
Put on your helmets, gentlemen.
I've done it. It works, Duncan. It works. What do you think?
The dream of alchemists since the beginning of chemistry.
This is wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations.
Oh, Mr. Crummell, as a member of this board, as well as the personal attorney for Dr. Gironda, have you anything to report regarding the transfer of 50,000 shares of his stock to Mrs. Gironda?
Nothing so far.
Well, let's settle it right now. Miss Dillon, get Dr. Gironda on the television.
Yes, sir.
$34.6, 67.1, that right? 34.6, 67.1.
The Home Office is calling you, Doctor.
By Jove, I forgot all about that meeting this afternoon. Excuse me, gentlemen, excuse me.
Yes, sir, surely.
All right, Mr. Montgomery.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, to be absent.
Never mind the apology. What about the transfer of the stock to Mrs.
Something of much more importance to talk about than stock transfer. I have finally perfected a method for making gold.
Could that be possible?
Gold. Synthetic gold. If that is true, we're the richest corporation in the world.
And now, gentlemen, if you will come to my home at 9 this evening, I will turn over the gold formula to you at that time.
You will inform Mr. Bouchard and Mr. Denton. Gentlemen, this meeting stands adjourned until 9 this evening at Dr. Gironda's home.
This discovery of Gironda's can easily upset the world's entire economic structure.
Don't let that worry you, Van Dyne.
How many? Me too.
One.
I'll take one.
What kind of a place you think I'm running? You want the cops on me again? And for you...
Mitchell. Hello, Bart.
Hey, what's the idea?
Some of the boys tried to take me.
Imagine anyone trying to gyp you. When did you get out?
Yesterday. I got things I want to talk to you about.
Okay, come on upstairs. Sit down. Cigarette?
No, thanks.
What's on your mind, Joe?
Did you ever happen to hear of a fellow named Gironda? Dr. Paul Gironda?
Sure, what about him?
Has he got any dough?
Should have. He's got a place that costs him plenty to keep up.
You know where it is?
Yeah,
Wonder if you'd mind running me out that way.
sure. Got something good?
Plenty good. I'll spill it to you on the way out.
Shall I serve coffee, madam?
No, thank you, Wickham. You may leave it. Why, hello, Shirley.
Are you warm enough, Mrs. Gironda? May I get your scarf?
No, thank you, dear. I'm all right.
Why, it's getting late. We'd better be getting to work, Shirley, if we're to finish before Mr. Montgomery and the others arrive.
Oh, Paul, must you go?
Yes, only for half an hour, dear. Come on, Shirley.
There's the Gironda place, Joe. Some layout. Pull up under these trees.
Oh, Verna,
Yes, Mother.
I think I'll leave you two alone until our guests arrive.
Don't let us chase you away.
You're not.
You know, she couldn't be more considerate if she were your own mother.
She is a dear, isn't she?
She certainly is.
And in this hypothesis, I assume that the atomic structure of the base metal was largely disintegrated under thermal velocity into constituent radicals, each radical being electrically charged. I think that's all, Shirley. Now you can go to your room and transcribe that and type it, and I'll put the rest of the formula in the book myself.
All right, Doctor.
Go! My formula! Let me go! Help! Help! Let me go! No! No! Help! Help!
What was that?
I don't know.
Let me go! Let me go!
Why, Doc, now.
Oh, Walter! Walter! Oh, Walter, are you hurt?
I'll call the police.
Oh, call the doctor first. Oh, Walter.
What's the address? All right.
Right away, please.
Calling car number 167. Car number 167. A robbery at the estate of Dr. Gironda, 6503 Montclair Drive. That is all.
What happened, Walter?
Dr. Gironda, your father, Vernon. Quick! Dr. Gironda, open the door! Dr. Gironda, open the door!
Why, Shirley, what's the trouble?
Something's happened to Dr. Gironda. My husband. Oh. Oh, but, Walter, you've got to get in. You've got to.
Dr. Gironda, quick! Open this door!
Oh, break it. Break it, Walter.
Open the door!
What's the trouble here? Who sent for the police?
It's upstairs, sir.
Dr. Gironda!
What's the matter, Jameson?
Help me with this door, Regan. Why, he's gone.
Who's gone?
Dr. Gironda, he was lying here a moment ago.
Oh, Shirley.
What do you mean? What happened? Well, I heard a noise and came in here and someone grabbed me and threw me out.
You better call headquarters, Bill. Don't you touch anything in the room, Jameson.
All right, Regan.
How do you do, Mr. Gant?
Hello, Jenkins. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Mr. Kennedy in?
Yes, sir. Be seated, please.
Thanks.
Mr. Gant to see you, Mr. Kennedy.
Well, that's fine, Jenkins. Show him in here, please.
Mr. Kennedy to see you, Mr. Gant.
Well,
Hello, Gordon.
hello, Kennedy.
How are you? I see you just flew in from Washington.
That's right. How did you know? The Japanese carried on. It's right. There's only one place where we get that species in the United States at this time of year. That's Washington. Now imagine a Department of Justice man being somebody like that.
Kennedy,
Well,
Mr. Jameson is on the phone. Very important.
excuse me, Gordon.
Right, all right.
Hello, Walter. Who? Dr. Deronda? You don't say. Yeah. All right. I'll be right out.
Dr. Gironda.
You're getting fast action, Gordon.
What do you mean?
You came here to investigate Dr. Geronda's gold formula, didn't you?
It beats me how you make these deductions.
Jenkins, my hat and coat. Walden, now you're quite sure that when you came into this room, you didn't see anyone?
All I know was that a hand grabbed me and threw me down the stairs.
What's this?
Now, that wasn't here before.
Just a minute. Kennedy, I warn you, drop this case if you value your life. The Clutching Hand. Our old archenemy, the Clutching Hand.
In that case, we're dealing with a very clever and resourceful criminal, Kennedy.
Well, what could he want here?
A formula for making gold might be one thing. Come in.
Mr. Kennedy, here are some notes on the gold formula that the doctor dictated just before he...
Miss McMillan, are you quite sure that you saw the formula book just before you left the room?
Yes, the doctor had it in his hand.
Thank you, Miss McMillan. That's all.
Not yet. Wait a minute, Greg. Come up a minute. It's like a page in the formula book. Come on.
French windows.
When we came back in this room and found Dr. Geronda gone, all the windows and doors were locked.
No doubt you're right. But they were opened and locked again from the outside. And that's how it was done.
Hey, what are you doing here this time of night?
Stop where you are. Stop, or I'll shoot. Bill, get that car.
clear to me.
Let me go.
Oh, what is
What
it,
are you
that stuff? What's the idea?
Hey, what's going on here?
jumping on me?
Help me with this fellow, Regan. Come on.
Get out of here. Oh, by anyway. Take your hands off me. Listen out,
Come on, cut it out.
Unhand me, I
Now,
say.
just a minute here. What's the meaning of this?
I found this man peeking in a window.
What were you doing at the window?
That's my business. Why, Brown, what's the matter? What's going on here? That's what I'd like to know.
There's been a little trouble here, gentlemen. That has to be ironed out.
What's wrong?
Something terrible has happened, sir.
What is this? What's the policeman doing at the door?
Mr. Montgomery, this is Craig Kennedy.
How do you do, Mr. Montgomery?
What's the trouble?
Dr. Gironda has disappeared.
Yes. And we believe that he has been murdered. Murdered? What makes you think he's been murdered?
Dr. Gironda has disappeared. And the gold formula with him.
What do you know about the gold formula?
I know that the gold formula was to be the subject, to be brought up at a meeting you men were to attend. The man who was to discuss that subject and the gold formula has disappeared. I'm also aware of what it would mean for one of you men to own that formula.
Do you mean to imply that I would steal my own property? I mean my company's property?
I imply nothing. The government is interested in that gold formula.
Government?
And, gentlemen, I've been assigned to this case as chief investigator.
That mean that the government can confiscate the gold formula?
Certainly not. It belongs to the corporation.
May I get you anything?
No, thank you, dear.
I'll be back soon.
You gentlemen may go now, but hold yourselves available for further questioning.
Oh, just a minute, Margaret. Tell Mrs. Gironda I'll see her later. She'll understand.
Yes, sir. Louis. He doesn't think you did it.
Don't worry, my dear. Good night.
Good night.
I'd like to ask Mrs. Gironda a few questions.
I'll ask Werner if her mother can talk to you. Werner.
Stop acting like a caged animal.
I don't like that crack.
You've got no one to blame but yourself for spoiling the best chance you ever had of making a fortune.
That's my hard luck and a break for you. Your end of the Gironda gold formula will make you plenty. Come on, do I get what I want?
I guess you do.
And that's the whole sort of story.
Of course. And I'm glad you told me the truth, Mrs. Gironda.
And Mother has nothing to worry about anymore.
Nothing. You'll just stay here with your mother. I have an appointment downstairs. Thank you.
Now, don't you worry, Mother. Everything's going to be all right.
You alone? No, I'm glad to say. I've cleared up Mrs. Gironda's connection with this case.
She came
She was married to Joe Mitchell when he was sent to prison.
on what charge?
Blackmail. She divorced Mitchell and married Dr. Gironda. He immediately began to blackmail Mrs. Gironda.
Threatened to tell that she was the wife of an ex-convict, eh?
Yes. And Mitchell's appearance...
Montgomery was stabbed?
It seems that she had an appointment in the colonnade with Mitchell. And when Montgomery came in, talking to Mitchell.
But why did Mitchell do away with Montgomery?
He was spying on them and killed him.
That might mean a break in this case for you.
Miss McMillan.
Miss me. And while I was waiting in the reception room,
They say.
Hobart, he first to take aboard ship before leaving the blame for the trouble he was in, but himself.
He mentioned what the trouble was.
No. But Mr. Hobart said that Mr. Denton's share of the Geronda gold formula would make him a very rich man.
Yes? Continue.
Well, I thought Mr. Denton was coming into the reception room, so I told the butler I couldn't wait, and that I would see Mr. Denton.
Aunt, we've got to find out what these assets are that Hobart has hidden at the Harbor Hotel. If Denton calls you again, Miss McMillan, you make some excuse until you hear from him. Come on, Walter.
Number 3.
Here.
Present.
Number 8. You get the subject aboard the Nellie D at once.
Yes, sir.
Number 2. You help number 8 take care of Hanson.
Yes, sir. Now, men, remember.
Come on, let's beat it. Well, a wheelchair, eh? What's this? Cufflink? Yeah. Here's a cufflink with the initial G on it.
I'll bet that stands for Geronda.
Geronda. Dr. Geronda. You're right, Jameson. His wheelchair, and he's been in this room. You all right, Jameson?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about you?
Fine.
Yeah, that's a very clever idea.
Sullivan.
Captain Hanson, too.
What happened, Sullivan?
Well, I was watching LED when the crew, aided by some new members, mutinied. Captain Hanson went up to try to stop them, and they took after him. I tried to help the captain, and they conked me.
They all mutinied with all of them. He was overpowered and thrown.
I heard the initials PG mentioned.
That must mean Paul Gironda.
The LED is sailing with a new...
Evidently got the doctor aboard. And if we're going to save him, we're going to have to hurry.
Well, how do we get out of here?
That's the door they brought us down through.
Dr. Gironda. I'm glad we're in time. I'll get some help and we'll get you out of here. Sullivan! Jameson! I found Dr. Gironda! Sullivan! Jameson! Sullivan! Jameson!
Kennedy's a friend.
You're just in time, Captain. How are things going on deck?
They forced me down the companionway. I took refuge in the first room I came to. They're closing in all around us.
What? right, Captain?
You bet.
Looks like Olaf is head man aboard this ship.
He sure is.
Well, looks like the picnic's over, Craig.
Yes, we've got Dr. Geronda aboard ship, and we've got to get him ashore.
Dr. Geronda, where is he?
Down here in the captain's cabin. We've got to take him home. Now listen, you better go and get the car right away.
Okay.
We'll get him up, Captain.
We got them all locked up down in the hold.
That's fine, Sullivan. Give a hand here with Dr. Geronda.
I got the car ready, Craig.
Good. Take care of Dr. Geronda.
Good.
We'll get him up, Captain.
Got Dr. Geronda. Let's go.
Take Dr. Geronda home and drive as carefully as you can. I'm going back to the Harbor Hotel. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Sullivan, you stick with me. All right, we'll take care of it.
Daily board meeting as usual, Mr. Denton?
What's that? What meeting?
The board meeting.
Oh, yes, the board meeting. I'll say there's going to be a board meeting. That's all, Miss Dillon.
How do you do, ladies?
How do you do?
How's your father?
Why? What do you mean?
Isn't he here? Didn't Walter bring him home?
Why, no. You mean you found Rhonda?
Why, yes, of course.
Oh, how is he?
He's just fine. In great shape. As a matter of fact, I expect Walter along here any moment with him.
Oh, I must tell Mother. Won't Mr. Denton be surprised to hear this?
Why did you mention Mr. Denton?
Why, he just phoned me.
Say, Craig,
Where's Dr. Geronda?
He's gone again.
What do you mean?
Well, they held us up and overpowered us and took your car and took Dr. Geronda also.
Miss McMillan, just before Walter came in, you mentioned that Denton had phoned you again.
Yes. He wanted to know when I was going to keep that appointment.
You're going to keep that appointment now. Here's what I want you to do.
Hi, fellas. Nice work, boys. Now, get out.
Father. Mother, I'm sorry, but Walter couldn't help it. He was outnumbered.
Yes. Yes, I know. He was outnumbered. But, Bernard, do you realize that they may kill your father?
But Mr. Kennedy said there was no danger of that. Father means more to them alive than dead.
Alive. Alive. Yes, alive.
I'll tell Mr. Denton you're here.
Thank you.
Macmillan, I'm certainly glad that you came.
Well, now that I'm here, Mr. Denton, what is it you want?
Well, have you given any thought on our last conversation relative to the missing gold formula?
Mr. Denton, I told you that I had no idea where the formula was. And if I did know, that I would...
Yes, I know, Miss Macmillan. But won't you come over on my side in this matter? You know, I can certainly make it well worth your while. And you profit more than being just a private secretary.
I beg your pardon. Miss Macmillan, will you please oblige me by leaving the room?
Why, yes, of course.
Denton, you're under arrest.
What for?
For the murder of Joe Mitchell.
Now, Geronda, I'm not a doctor, but I've got my suspicions. There's a specialist on his way here, and when he restores your memory, I want your gold formula. Geronda, do you know what's good for you? You talk. Come on, quit stalling.
Hey, Craig. Denton, I've just got a hunch that Hobart is going to drop into your apartment.
Haven't you got him in jail?
No.
Then I've been tricked.
We'll talk about that later. Come on, Jameson.
You will double-cross me, will you? You're the double-crosser.
Telling the police that I killed Mitchell.
You're a liar. Where's Paul Geronda?
I haven't got him.
Don't lie to me. Come clean. Where is he?
I tell you, I don't know where he is.
Stay right where you are. The game is up, Hobart. Every statement you made about Dr. Geronda's gold formula has been recorded on a dictaphone placed in this room. Get together, you two. Drop that gun, Hobart. Drop your hand. You'll hang for this, Hobart.
What's the trouble here, Craig?
Hobart just killed Jensen.
There he goes! Get him!
Yeah, Craig. Say, did they get Hobart?
No, he got away.
That's too bad.
By Jove, we've got it. Good. Tell me, Walter, exactly where did you find this?
Well,
Kennedy, your life is in danger if you continue on this case. I have been told to tell you that this is your last warning.
Quick, Walter, the daylight developer. This picture I took of Dr. Gironda, I believe, will lead us to the clutching hand. Walter, get some printing paper. While the negative is drying, I'll change my clothes. How long do you think it'll take you?
Oh, about 10 minutes, I think.
That's fine.
That's enough. That's enough. I got him covered here, Craig.
Here's our eavesdropper.
Well, he's not the clutching hand.
I know it, but now I know who the clutching hand is. We'll just keep this man with us. We may need him. Call up Miss Dillon and arrange for a meeting of the board of directors at the Geronda home at once.
All right.
Come on, you.
How do you do? Skip that. What can you do for this?
Looks pretty bad. How'd you do it?
Cleaning my gun and went all. Get busy.
Wait here just a moment.
All right, give me your hand. Take out a spot, Walter, and watch. If the man we want tries to get away, he'll probably make for this car.
All right, Craig. We'll fix you up all right.
What's that?
Why, I don't know. Wait a minute.
What's all this about, Nicky?
Why, I don't know. I was helping a man with a shot.
Shot?
Yes, and suddenly he seemed to go crazy. He knocked me down and rushed out.
You were working here when this man came in?
Yes.
What about this book?
What? That's Dr. Geronda's formula book.
Right you are, Nicky. Put out your hands. Come on, put them out.
Why, what's the idea?
I've been waiting for this opportunity ever since Dr. Geronda disappeared.
Where are you going?
Just a minute. Come on, put him on. Ladies, gentlemen. Well, has he arrived yet?
Not as yet.
What's the meaning of this?
That's the man that hit me?
Yeah, he has.
Where did you get him, Gaunt?
Trailed him here. Caught him as he was making the getaway.
Begins to look as though we're getting to the end of this case. Look,
What's that?
Dr. Paul Geronda's gold formula book.
Why, where did you get it?
From Nicky here.
You don't mean...
No. He's not the clutching hand, but he's had this book ever since the night Dr. Geronda disappeared.
Why didn't he make a break with the gold formula as long as he had it?
He would have, but there's part of the gold formula missing.
How about the clutching hand?
Now that I have this book, I'll have him before the day is over. Lock these men up. I've got an appointment at the Geronda home.
Okay, Kennedy. Come on, Phelps. Here you. Gentlemen, you can think what you please,
But as attorney for Paul Gironda, I repeat, unless something is done immediately, I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
But, Mr. Cromwell, what about Craig Kennedy? He must have something to report. He called this meeting.
Well, he'd better have something to report.
Gentlemen, I have something to report. Have any of you gentlemen ever seen this book before?
Dr. Gironda's formula book.
Right you are. Dr. Gironda's gold formula book.
The formula book?
As attorney for Paul Gironda, I demand that book.
Just a minute, Mr. There are some chemical notations here on page 8 of which I would like a copy. Miss McMillan,
Yes, Mr. Kennedy.
will you please make a typewritten copy of this page for me, please?
Certainly.
Thank you. Now, that'll just take a few minutes, Mr. Cromwell.
You!
Dr. Gironda!
You got my gold formula! Give me my gold! My gold formula! My God! Let me go! So it's you! You can't have it! Let me go! It's mine, I tell you! No, you can't! It's mine! It's mine! No, let me go! You can't have it! Let me go, I tell you! No! You... Let me go! You can't have it! It's mine! No! No, you can't have it! Let me go! You can't have it! No! No, you can't have it! It's mine! Let me go!
Quiet! Here's the man who attempted to steal the Gironda gold formula.
Why, the man's gone insane.
What's happened?
My gold formula! He's trying to steal my gold formula! It's mine! It's mine, I tell you! You can't have it! Number 8! Number 8! Number 8! Number 8! Where are you, number 8? Go back! Go back! You can't have it! You can't have it! Number 8! Number 8! Stop the car! Get me away from this!
Gironda, what's the trouble?
You can't have it! You can't have my gold formula! It's mine now! No, you can't have it! It's mine! You can't have it! It's mine! You can't go back! You can't have it! No! It's mine! You can't have it, I tell you! It's mine! It's mine and you can't have it! You can't...
What happened, Craig?
He's dead, Walter. And this is the end of the gold formula. There you are, Gordon. I guess that's all.
What about the gold formula?
There never was a gold formula.
What do you mean?
Paul Gironda, who was Verner's guardian...
Wasn't he a father?
No. Gironda was appointed Verner's guardian when she was 2 years old. Recently, he misappropriated vast sums belonging to her. In order to recoup his losses on the stock exchange, Gironda hit upon the plan to fake a synthetic gold formula, talk his company into selling a gigantic issue of the stock, grab his share, and skip.
Well, where does Nicky fit in?
The night Gironda disappeared, he made Miss McMillan believe that he had memorized a part of the gold formula. Nicky, believing the formula to be authentic and recorded in the formula book, attacked Gironda and stole the formula book. Gironda recovered, and discovering his fake gold formula missing, he realized that the book held evidence to expose him as an imposter. Now, unaware of whom his assailant was, he thereafter spared no efforts to recover the so-called gold formula.
What about Wickham, the butler?
Oh, you mean Major Courtney of the Army Intelligence Service?
Courtney?
Yes. His job was to locate the war gas formula Brown invented, and which Dr. Brown, or Dr. Gironda, was trying to sell to a foreign power.
Did he find it?
Major Courtney and the war gas formula now are on their way to Washington. Visitone.
Frank Kennedy, this is your last warning.